let's get started then. Okay, I've got some stamps on my desk and I have this. So this was what I used as a menu, a program and a table number. So I did it back to back, and I really loved the idea when I did it because it was an all-in-one kind of thing. So I thought this evening, oh, but that will actually make a really nice card. So let's see. I'm gonna have to check the measurements and we can go from there. So that is a full A4, right? 3 3/4. I just want to check the measurements quickly. I think Shafiq was like freaking out tonight already because he said, what are you going to do? 3 3/4 and 7.5. Okay, so we've got a full A4 sheet. See, now my one got dirty, but I'm going to cover it anyway, so that's fine. So, first thing is we're scoring at 3 3/4. And what did I say? 7.5? Yep, 7.5. And I think that's all the scoring for tonight. Thankfully, I can put the scoreboard away. Is the sound okay, ladies? And if you've never folded anything that you've scored before, we're scoring towards the bubble. Okay, I'm just checking to see my feed if I'm in shot. Okay, scoring towards the bubble. Right, craft knife and board. Okay, so now basically what we need to do is to cut out that little piece. And what I used to do with that little piece in the past is I used to use that as a little card on the table, and I'll show you what I do with that extra piece. So let's just measure this, and I probably ended up doing it like this. There's my ruler. So we've got, this is, just to show you how I did it, this is about 5 inches. So I'm going to measure 5 inches from the bottom. So you can do it from scratch at home. 5 inches from the, oh, that's 5.5, sorry. 5 inches. There's my pencil. So we got the 5-inch mark there. And we mark 5 inches on the other side too. Okay, I'm going to draw lines. I don't normally draw lines in, but for your benefit I will draw the lines in so you can see. So that is where we're going to trim that off. And then what we need to do is to, from this score line here, that score line, we need to cut out that little piece there. Can you see that? So we're removing that little piece from the card, and once that is done, I will trim this to match that side. Does that make sense? Okie dokes. Just getting my cutting board out. Now you can do this on your trimmer, or you can use a craft knife. I'm not the best at using a craft knife, I must tell you. But you know, let's hope I don't make a muck up. Right, oops. There we go. So now the one goes this way and the other one flaps back. Did I leave my bone folder? Okay, so I'm going to just burnish the two sides. There we go. And then we're going to just trim off that edge there. Now, I hope I'm not going to cut the card. That's okay. So what I wanted to show you with the offcut is you now have a little card with a little stand at the back. So it, let me just see if I put it here, can you see it? I'm just waiting for my feet to catch up. Oh yes, you can. So can you see, if you're doing like a wedding invitations, or if you used it like I used this as a program on a table with a menu, etc., you can use this as a thank you card. So waste not, want not. There's always something you can do with your offcuts. Just remember that. Where's my comments? Are you guys still there? My comments have disappeared. Swipe left. Okay. Right, so we've got this, and then with this you can decide whether you want yours to open this way or the other way. You just fold it in a different direction. Okay. And that's how your card is going to stand. So we're going to embellish this card. And let's see. So left over from a few weeks ago, I still have the Bloom de Fleur lying here on my desk. So I'm guessing this is what we're going to use. I didn't have time to think about stuff today. Oh, and look what's inside here. Okay, maybe we can use some of that. We'll see. So there's so many lovely things in this paper pack. Let me see. So I actually prefer mine going this way. So I'm going to fold it because I want to see that top piece up there. And I'm just choosing a paper quickly. How about this? How about this one? Let's see. Oh, I think that looks nice. So let's just measure what that measures. Now I normally cut my papers, say between 1/4 inch, between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 inch smaller than my size, because I like a border. So this is about 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut it just a little bit smaller. And let me get my trimmer so I can show you where I'm cutting it. It's always difficult to make something from scratch without preparation, because I'm not a measurer as such, and I'm not much of a planner, and I think that freaks my husband out greatly. So I want this on the outside, so I'm going to cut my paper upside down. Does that make sense? So the actual measurement is about 3 3/4, I think I said. And I'm just going to cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter. So if I put it here, you can see that there's a nice border all around. Can you see the border? Yep, you can, eh? I'm so scared to zoom in with my phone in case I lose the connection. And then I'm just going to use my pencil and make a mark more or less, and I'm just eyeballing this. You can be pedantic and you can measure if you want to, but I am just gonna eyeball that. So that will go there. And then if we want to, we can actually have the paper continue like that. Maybe we should do that. How about that? I think that's a good idea. So I'm just going to mark this off. What do you think of that idea? I think that's a cool idea. So let me just make this exactly the same size. And I'm guessing it's also around about 3 3/4. Where's the ruler? Yep. So I want that side, so I'm going to go upside down again. 3 3/4. And I am going to, oh sorry, I should have cut it 1/8 of an inch smaller, I forgot. Mark that off. So let's just trim that. And these I will keep because I can make tiny cards with those. So I need to cut 1/8 of an inch off here as well. Okie dokes. So we've got that, and then we need our little square at the bottom. So I will probably use up that paper as well. Also 3 3/4 by 5. Oh, I should have remembered that measurement. So 3 3/4, 1/8 shorter, by 5. So I'm also cutting that 1/8 of an inch shorter. There we go. So we've got our first few pieces ready. Just going to move my trimmer out of the way. Right, there we go. Now we need to measure. So that's the first piece. And I think I'm going to distress it because when I don't know what I'm going to do, I always end up distressing things because that's my comfort zone. It makes me feel good. I don't know if I enjoy the paper, seeing the paper tear. I don't know what it is, but that's my comfort zone. Where's my comments? Well, my comments always disappears. Thank you, Patricia. This paper is beautiful. And for those people who don't like double-sided paper because you cringe to stick down the other side, it's single-sided. So it's okay. You don't have to feel bad. Okie dokes. And then we're going to distress that. So I mean with ink now. So what we need to do now is to measure this piece. So I'm going to just eyeball where it needs to be, and I'm going to flip it, and hopefully if it didn't move, I'm just going to draw a line there, and I'm going to trim that piece off. What happened to my trimmer? Here we go. So you have no idea how hard it is to actually do this with the camera stuck smack bang in the middle of your face. Did I cut it the right way? Yes. Oh my goodness, I almost thought I made a mess. So what I want to explain to you about cutting shapes like these, I always cut the end straight there, because if I need to trim off at the bottom, you can see that this piece is a little bit longer than we need it to be, but it's always easier to trim off on a straight line. Does that make sense? Because trying to get that margin perfect is very, very hard. But if you trim off a small piece off here, you're still getting your edges even. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself well tonight. So trimming off on a straight edge is a lot easier than trying to get that straight in a nutshell. So I'm just going to take a small piece off here, and I'm going to use my Tim Holtz ruler because this one you can see through. Let me just see now. Okay, I always get confused with this one, how to get that 1/8 of an inch off. There we go. So that's 1/8 of an inch. Don't move. I hope it's straight. The distress tool, there's bad news about the distress tool. I even emailed Prima because this was a Prima product, and this one is unfortunately no longer available, but you can still find the Tim Holtz one. Let me see, I've got one here. And I was telling Wissal today, I'm so disappointed that they're not making this. This was quite pricey though. When we bought it, I think we paid about 250 Rand for it. It wasn't cheap. And I cringed at the thought of spending so much money for it. But this little thing here works amazingly well. But this one, this is from Tim Holtz, and I keep mine on a key ring because it's so small. I actually lost the one, and then I bought another one, and then I found it again. So this one, and if Wissal sees I have two, she's going to come fetch one of it, okay? This one works just as well. You can see here, this one works just as well. And you do get other versions of it available, like the Chinese version. But if you like me and you a Mr. Holtz fan, then you're gonna want this one. I can check if the suppliers locally have it available, but you can also distress with your scissors. So where's my scissor? Let me show you. There we go. I mean, most people around the world just use their scissors to distress. It's just us that want to be fancy. So you can achieve the exact same result with your scissor. See? I just like the fact that this is ergonomically friendly, and when you get older, you get all these aches and pains in your joints, then this works treats. Okay, so yeah, there are options available because Sharon Fortune asked me to get her 2 of these, and I looked all over online, and then I eventually emailed the company directly and I said, please, I'm looking for 2 of these. Do you still have? And they said, regrettably, it is no longer available. So straight from the horse's mouth, that is. So sorry, Sharon, if you're watching tonight, it's not available. So what color do you think we should edge this with? I'm wondering. Because it's looking very pale, isn't it? Might be done with the cutting, so let me just clean my surface. Tap into my cloth. You know, it's like when you're live on, I almost said live on TV, live on Facebook. There's this black hole where items disappear right in front of your very eyes. So let's keep that there. I'm just going to look in my drawer and see which inks I have available. So, the trusty brown is always good. What colors are in there? Like a gray. So we could go with hickory smoke, which is not black but gray. So let's try hickory smoke for a change, because I always use brown. Brown is my go-to color. So let's get a tool. Sorry, I'm just getting a tool out. I hope this is a clean one because I can't find my hickory smoke. Okay. Let's see if this makes any difference. The residue of this thing is coming off. I don't like that. I had my small tool here. Yes. Sorry, I'm talking to myself again. So we're going with a clean sponge. How does that look? It's very insipid. Let's go black. You know, I like the I like my edges to have, I see now my black has gone missing. I like my edges to be prominent, if that makes any sense. So I'm looking for a dark color, maybe the weathered wood. Let's try that one. Let's see what weathered wood looks like. Ah, that's better. That's better. Yes. You see, I just want to show you. So when you put it on the black, on the white, there's a clear definition of where the cardstock starts. And that is why Mr. Holtz has a variety of colors, so you can match it up with almost any paper available. Any paper. Any guesses what? Oh, look how badly oh my gosh, this thing has definitely seen better days. It's disintegrated into nothing. I suppose these are consumables. They have a span, a lifespan, eh? Here's my comments. Hi Kim, welcome. Thank you for taking all my WhatsApps today. Oh my gosh, my phone blew up after those little mini houses went out. They were so cute. Don't know if you guys saw, Kim has the snip art mini houses. They are super adorable. I hope I ordered in time to fill everyone's order. I don't know why my comments always disappears on this thing. Hi Sharon, welcome. So for those who joined us late, we are making a shaped card. Don't know where it's going to end up because it seems like not just Wednesdays, every day feels like there isn't enough hours in the day. I don't know if anybody else's days are going by so fast as well. Mr. Admin's coming. Oh, I wonder where's, oh, I wonder if well, I didn't chat to Deborah today. I chatted to Rosemary Nevin in I broke that. Rosemary Nevin in KwaZulu-Natal. They're okay, but the problem is the food sources are scarce. It's a big problem with food and milk and bread out in KZN. I didn't speak to Deborah today. I was so busy today. I spoke with Nishi. Nishi's okay. It was just a very, very scary situation for our friends and family in KwaZulu-Natal and Johannesburg. It was, sure, what happened there is almost inconceivable. It's really scary. So I'm just going to clean up my workspace before I miss my card, because I really would like to send this card out to someone. Oh, and I finally finished that little the canvas we did last week. Oh my gosh, and I have some great news for you guys. Did you shop on the sale? Shafiq, bring the bag. I can show everybody the bag. If you shopped on my sale, when was the sale? The 26th of 26th. It's the bag, the giveaway. Camera's not straight.
You see, I don't know, it looks okay.
Is the camera okay? Shafiq says my camera is not straight. Oh, hi Kim. I didn't see you there. Before I finish the card, I forgot I've got fabulous news for the people who shopped on the sale. If you shopped on the sale, I received this backpack. It is from We Are Memory Keepers, and really I feel like I need to hold on to this bag. It is so super awesome. I think when we're done tonight, just remind me, I will give you a walkthrough of this bag. So there is going to be a random draw for all the people who bought on the sale a couple of weeks ago and were so beautifully patient, waiting for me to invoice them and to ship their parcels. I got gifted that bag to give away to someone. Isn't that awesome? And guess what the value of that bag is? That bag is valued at 1,600 Rand. 1,600 Rand. Can I see some hearts and thumbs up and something, because this is exciting, man. It's super awesome. So yeah, if you managed, even if you bought like Sonia, only managed to secure a punch, even if you just bought a punch, you're still in the running to win that bag. So I will do a lucky draw. I just need to go through the buyers list and put everybody's. I'll do a Facebook Live. I'll put everybody's names in a hat or in a bowl, and we shall have a draw. That's gonna be super awesome. I love giving things away. I wish I can do it more often. But I want to say thank you to Lynn for kindly gifting us with that bag. It is such a cool bag. Oh my gosh. I opened it and I thought to myself, oh, it's a pity I don't travel much. I don't go to crops much and stuff, but really very, very cool bag. Okay, so I am going to glue down. I'm using the Stamperia Extra Forte glue, which is, it glues like glue. It glues like glue. So these are one piece down. This glue is a little bit pricey, but You can see you don't need to use a lot. And that one will go there. So strange, my iPad is like quite a few seconds slower. Yes, Joan, it is a fabulous glue. I love it. Love, love, love that glue. I'm so glad I was introduced to Stamperia. Thank you to Belinda Basson. You know, in South Africa, sometimes we're so behind with everything. And luckily, with the introduction of Stamperia, we now are able to have all the new launches at the same time that the rest of the world does, which is cool for me. That's a big win. Okay, so now I want to put something in there. Let me just see what I have. Maybe some stripe. How about the contrast? Yeah, that'll go. So this is 3 and I should have had my smaller trimmer. Hold on. It is within reach. That one's very big. So 3 3/4, right? Less 1 inch. So that goes there. And I can't remember what that length was. So let's mark it. This is such a lovely trimmer, but the blades, boy, they go so fast. I think all those trimmers, the blades go really fast. So now we need to trim this piece down. And so I'm going to see if I can do it. Flip open. Pencil has disappeared. I had it in my hand like 2 seconds ago. Where did it go? Ah, here's it. See how blind you become when you live. And I'm just going to trim this with my scissor. Now I've got different scissors for different things, I have to tell you. I'm a scissor fan. I love nice scissors. And I think that I inherited from my mother because she's a dressmaker and she has got, and I can't find my Tim Holtz 9-inch one, so this one will have to do. It's got a long nose. This is the 6-inch haberdashery one, but it cuts so cool. Cuts really well. Right, and now we trim the bottom. Okay, I think I need to take a small piece off that side and a small piece off this side. Sorry, my mic's wire is getting in the way here. And of course we're going to distress that because now that, oh, there's it. I was just going to say the distressing tool has gone missing because everything else has been distressed. Shalila, are you still there? How does it feel to be home? Shalila's been away from home for this entire lockdown period. She was working overseas, and I mean, we all took for granted that you can go anywhere and you can come and go as you please, and then all of a sudden the world shut down. Wow, that was quite scary for a lot of people. We're on with the door there. So and even this whole COVID thing, I mean, I hardly see my parents nowadays. We talk on like FaceTime and WhatsApp video and all that, but it's not the same, eh? But I think we all have to just practice, carry on practicing safe protocols. And that is why this page was started, because I mean, we couldn't do classes. I didn't want to do classes. I didn't want to take the chance to do classes and put people's lives at risk. So this is how we ended up being online. And I think I'm reaching more people this way, actually. I don't know if you agree with me, but I think there's more people that can attend a class of mine now than we had before, because I mean, I'm Cape Town based, so now at least people all well, now we even have people from the UK tuning in, so that's so cool. I love that. I think that's amazing. So that goes there. And then I'm just going to take a piece of this. Let's do with the flowers. And just put that there. We'll just eyeball that. And how many of you watch the Stamperia Cafe every day? I mean, that is just so awesome. The amount of things that you can learn and pick up every day is just so cool. I think the way everyone shares the information so freely is awesome. I have learned so much. So lockdown hasn't been all bad. I know, Linda. I see Linda's online every day with the Stamperia Cafe. I think so too. Yes, it's so nice. It is so cool. And I mean, one feels eventually like you know the people. You know, I mean, there's so many people that you haven't physically met, but can you imagine how awesome it will be if you can actually meet one day? I mean, you feel like you know each other, because we've had so much interaction online. So the World Wide Web has shrunk the world. So far we've used almost one full sheet and a piece of the stripe. I always like to keep tabs on how much paper I use. So if people say, like, how many sheets of paper did you use for that? So it's nice to be able to tell someone, I used 2 sheets, so I used 1 sheet. So we've got that. There we go. Oh, the stripe looks nice there, doesn't it? I think it looks cool. So, what can we do on the front? Let me see what I have. We could put a piece of this on there. How about that? Let's just do it. If it doesn't work, I'll take it off. So Just gonna cut that out. This is really, I love script, newspaper print. So for me, this is a really lovely sheet. So this is gonna go, how is this now? Like that. Let's see. If we do this. Guys, I'm just winging it here, eh? I'm just winging it. So we've got that. Let's see if we can do a composition with what's on this paper here. So I'm just cutting bits out of this big sheet. Go there, that can go there, and those flowers are too big on that side. Actually, I might have some flowers in a packet here. Let's see. Ooh, this comes from something. I have it here. Oh, I cut these out the other day. I don't know where they come from. They come from the same pack, I think. I think so. And we have some flowers. Sorry, this I must have cut out of a fussy cut sheet, one of the Icraft fussy cut sheets. So there is, oh, this is a lucky find. Let's see. And these are sentiment too. Wow, cool. And some leaves. Okie dokes. Let's see what we can do with this. Right, I'm going to distress everything. One. I'm going to try not to take too much time to distress it. Two. I don't know where that comes from, so maybe the birds can work as well. Okay, let's get this done. I'm not going to distress the bottom because we're probably going to cover most of it. And now I'm going to get out my foam tape. So I have foam tape in 3 thicknesses. I have, this is the 1.5 millimeter. Then I have a 1 mil one, and I have a 3 millimeter one. So that's the thickest one. So I always tend to start with the flat one, the 1 mil. Okay guys, who asked about the distressing tool? Anna Marie, this one is from Prima, but unfortunately it has been discontinued. It's not available anymore. I'm so sorry. I have tried to get more. It's even sold out on Amazon, because I thought if I can get it on Amazon, maybe. And if there's anyone on the group who's keen to part with their one, if you've got one and you bought one those years, because I mean I bought this about 3 years ago, mine is well used. If you bought one and you find you're not using it and you want to part with it, I have people looking for it. You can always WhatsApp me and I'll sell it and get them to pay it straight into your bank. So I'm just gonna commit now. I'm not even going to think about this a lot, because if I'm going to think about it a lot, I'm going to dilly-dally and we will be here till tomorrow morning. So let's just go for it. What do you say? Just do it. Like the Nike. Oh, you see now, I stuck that right to the top, and now I'm thinking maybe I want to curl that a little bit. So that's all I have to do.
Do you have little birdie paper packs?
I have little birdie paper packs. Depends which one you're looking for. There's a whole lot available. You can always WhatsApp me and let me know which one it is that you're looking for, and I'll see if I can get it for you, or if I have it available. I know I have the Bohemian one. That one I know because I made a couple of cards with it. And if you go onto the Facebook page or my Instagram or something, I'm just curling this back. If you go onto any of my social media pages, you should be able to see what I did with those. The Bohemian one is beautiful, and the little birdie, the die cuts, oh my gosh, it's so lovely. So lovely. Right, let's get second that one. So this is the second thickness. And I'm going to put that down. I'm not sticking that one down yet because I'm thinking I might shove some things in there. So let's do that. I'll put a small piece there just to support it, just so that it doesn't drop down. As you can see, I buy foam tape. I sell this in the shop as well. I buy large rolls of foam tape because I love dimension on my things. So see, now we can still maybe see something like that. I love dimension on my things, so I like to create dimension with foam tape. I know back in the day we used to use, what's that stuff that they use in the bathroom? Silicone. But the problem I had with the silicone was that it kept drying up. So I stopped using the silicone, but there's still a lot of people that use silicone. Okay, we're just putting the birds in there. Like I said, I'm not going to think too much about it because if you're creating a composition, you can be here all day. So I'm just committing. Okay, so we are our flowers. That's a big one. I'm looking for all the pinks. The pinks. Let's see, this flowers might be a bit too big, that one. Okay, the blue one works better because I think the blue tones in a lot nicer there with that bird. What do you guys say? And it's a tonal color of that. So let's use the blue. I just feel like the flower needs a bit of dimension. And I'm looking for my foam pad now. If I can find it, we can add some. See, now I didn't even think I was going to put flowers on here. I didn't think ahead about the foam pad. Oh, here it is, I found it. It's under the desk. Okay, so this is my foam pad, and this is from Checkers, and Checkers is not sponsoring me, so I'm just telling you, this is one of those camping mattresses that you can buy in the camping aisle at Checkers, and you can see I just chopped it up. So I use this for my because it's just got the right amount of give to it. So if you and a couple of friends, you want to spend 100, and I think it was 120 rand on the camping mat, you can cut it up and you guys can share it, and you will have mats for a long time to come because it's a huge one. Okay, so I've got ball tools, and these are from Icraft. I'm sure many of you have the one, this pink and the Chiswick one. If you've got this will also work. I'm an Icraft girl, so I will use the Icraft ones. And these are ball tools. So I've just misted the paper slightly with some water. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of pressure to the back of the flower. And what that does is it gives it some shape. Now can you see this one is flat and that one has now got a slight raise to it. Does that make sense? You don't have to add too much water. What the water does is it just softens the card, because Icraft paper is like really nice. It's 200-gram board. It softens the paper enough for you to give it some shape, so that the fibers in the paper will stretch and it's not going to tear. So that's why we add some water to it. Okay, and there we go, some dimension. And obviously, oh well, let's first decide which leaves we're going to use before we do all the leaves. So let's just move this out of the way. Now can you see, did you see how nice that mat works? It works really cool. So because I've had other mats, but it's just a little bit too hard, and this one has got the right give, I don't know what you call it, the right sponginess, whatever you want to call it. It's just got the right amount of give on it. So let's do this. I am going to add foam tape to this. So let's do the bottom one first. I am in shot, eh? That's too big. And you can use hot glue for this as well, because we didn't distress. How can I forget? Actually, I think I should use like the same reddy color. It will be nicer. Which is one of my favorite colors, Seedless Preserve. You can see how well it's been used. Yep, much nicer. Now it's stuck to my finger. So this one is going to go at the bottom. And then that one's going to go there. So I'm just getting a nice fat one for that. And which blue can we use on here? Sorry, my distress inks are right behind me in a drawer. I use them so much that they have to be at hand. I use it all the time. Chipped sapphire. Let's see how that one works. And I'm just going to use the same tool. Yep. Oh, that gives nice definition. Can you see? Oh, I love that. Look how nice that looks. So cool. Only thing is, you must be sure now your hands are definitely dirty after that. So before you touch anything else, you have to clean it. Oh gosh, that gives such beautiful definition. Right, we need some sponge under there. I'm missing Deborah tonight, I have to say. I'll have to find out if she's okay when I'm done here. And then the leaves, I'm just going to bend it like that and give it some shape. So I need a color for the leaves. I'm going to try forest moss. I hardly use this color. I'm not much of a forest moss girl, I have to say. But because it's Tim Holtz, I need all the colors. I'm sure there's more of you around that feel the same way. Okay, let's see which leaves we're going to use. I actually did see some flowers here that I thought would have been nice. Yep, it looks cute. I'm just going to trim it down to size. I'm taking the one off. Let's have a look again. And I'm taking this one off, because you can use them separately again. Now you see, now this is when you're not the planner. I've got foam tape stuck under there, so I'll have to trim that until it reaches a point where I'm happy with where it's at. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put that there. I'm just looking at my leaves. So, and if you feel that your leaves are too big, don't be scared to trim them down. It's okay to trim down something. Now these fussy cut sheets also come from Icraft, and they actually make them so nicely that they I'm cutting that in half, that they match with quite a few of the paper ranges, which is really cool. And like everything else, a person must know when to say quit. I can sometimes go overboard with this. Is Renee here tonight? Renee, are you here? Miss you? didn't see Renee come up. So that's not, I don't like that there. I want it there. So I'll first place everything before I commit and glue, because very often I glue and then I think, oh, it doesn't look right there. So I like the 2 leaves at the bottom. I like that there, so that I can glue in. And I'm just going to put some liquid glue at the bottom. And just push it inside. That fits. And then we can commit these 2. And I love to overlap my leaves like this. I think it looks nice. I don't know what you guys say, but I think it looks cute. And I'm just using the pin to make sure that it's making connection underneath there. And we need to clear the base of the card so that the card will stand. And so I'm just curling them up slightly. Okay, feel like we need 1 more leaf, because I like to do things in 3s. Where? Okay, I think somewhere there. I'm looking for a skinnier one. Okay, here's a skinnier leaf. I don't know why, I just feel it needs to be a thinner leaf. My eyes are telling me so. And I'm just going to add some green there. Oh, you're not stuck yet. Okay, so we got that. And then we obviously need a sentiment or something, don't we? Let's just see what I've got here. I do have this time to celebrate, but I'm not a fan of it. Okay, let me just clear all the leaves and stuff. I'm just going to put it over there. I can put it in the bag later. Just move it out of the way. So I put some stamp sets out. And I'm looking for a sentiment. So oh, how about that? Celebrating you today. I think that will be nice. Yep. That's the one we'll use. Oh, I haven't used this one yet. It's still stuck. So that's cool. It's the first time for everything, isn't it? So where are my Perspex blocks? Too small. Don't ask me where I got this Perspex block from. I found it somewhere, but no clue where. So I'm just thinking, let me just see if there's any paper in here where I can actually stamp the sentiment on, because we wanted to to match. And if there is something in here, then I'll use it. I just can't remember. No. So let's just use white then. I've got some white somewhere. It must be an offcut. I'm not going to cut up a whole sheet. Right, that's a strip. And we need black ink. I like to put my sentiments, I like to use black ink for my sentiments, simply because it pops so much nicer. And I like the VersaFine Onyx Black. Mine is, shame he's coming off the off the base, man. I feel so bad about that. So I'm going to stamp it once just to see, because the stamp requires conditioning now. It hasn't been used before. Oh, it stamps really nicely. That's good for a first stamp. Wow, cool. And let's cut this now. Where's my trimmer? Now it's always tricky to cut small things like this, you know. I always struggle with the tiny ones. So let's see. Oh, can you see my hands are still dirty? Let me just get a wipe quickly. Thanks, ladies. I love adding leaves. In fact, I love using die cut leaves as well. You know, many years, I can say many years ago now, because that's how long it feels. It feels like many years ago. But before lockdown, we used to meet every first Saturday of the month. We used to meet at my friend Amanda's house, and we used to just craft. It was just a casual get together where we just chatted, had tea time. Feels like so long ago. And we used to craft. So you could bring with your coloring, you could bring with whatever you plan to do on the day. And some days all we used to do was just die cut. And we used to die cut leaves, we used to die cut whatever we wanted. And for me, die cutting leaves, I'm going to just trim this with my scissor because I want it to be a little bit. In fact, I might just do this. Let's see. Then we just spend the day, the morning together, die cutting and talking and having fun, and I really miss it. But we do it every weekend on Zoom now, but it's not the same. It's not the same like sitting in the same room, sharing time together, because you feel so disconnected. I feel disconnected from a lot of people right now. But at least I get to speak to you on a Wednesday. That's cool too. Okay. So. Right, let me just distress that. Ooh, this pad is very juicy. Light hands, Shamila, light hands. This is one of the things that I like to do as well. I like to snip up my my sentiments and use them separately, because now you're getting more out of your stamp, not just a single stamp. you can use your stamp in a different way. So we can say celebrating. I actually don't like how heavy this is. I'm going to stamp it again. I want it a little bit, I'm talking about the distressing. I really don't like it so heavy. I want it lighter. So there's a piece. Here's my pad. This Perspex block is so shallow that you can't help but get your fingers dirty. Right, let's cut this one again. Oh, let me just blow it dry in case it's still a bit wet, because if I touch it, it's gonna smudge, and I don't want it to smudge. So let's chop that off. Right, and now I cut skew, so let me just straighten that. Okay, light hands. Light hands, light hands. Better. Does that look better? I think it looks better. But I'm still skew here. My carpenter's eye is telling me skew. I learned that from what's the lady's name now? She was on the Stamperia Cafe. She said, if you can see something is skew without the aid of an apparatus, then you have carpenter's eye. So I said, well, then I use my carpenter's eye so much. I'm just going to put some foam tape on here. I'm using the very thin one. Celebrating. And this is a piece I cut off earlier from the middle size one. And this is the flat one again, but I'm just going to double it up. So I'm sticking one on top of the other. Celebrating you today. Now, if you're looking, I'm looking at this card now, so that I can dispose of. I'm looking at this card, I'm seeing the flowers, and I'm seeing there's something missing over there. So, I'm just checking to see where's our other flowers. I just feel like there's something missing. What do you say? Talk to me, people. I feel like we Now that one is a little bit wonky. You see what I mean? Does that work for you? Can somebody talk to me? I think we need some flowers popping out there. Do we have any more pink? We've only got purple, but I think it will do. What do you think of that? You like it? I really think we need something there, so let's do that. If it doesn't work, I can take it off. It's just paper. And I'm getting lazy now, so I'm just gonna add dimension with my fingers. This poor little one's neck is a little bit shame. He's been in the wars. Let's see if I can fix it. Just gonna put some double-sided tape behind it and see if it will hold together. If not, I'll have to find a different flower. Been on for an hour. Been on for an hour. More than an hour. 1 hour 30. Wow, it's taking me 1 hour 30 minutes to do this. It's long. Oh yeah, I still want to show the bag, because I have to take the camera out of the holder to show the bag. The bag is so awesome. Okay, that seemed to have held it slightly better together. What I should actually do is mount this onto another piece of card, which will reinforce it, but we don't have time for that now, because I still want to show you the bag. Oh, I think what I'll do, let me just snip that off. Well, I still dilly-dally about it. And then I'll just glue it down like that. Just give the glue a moment to stick. This glue sticks really fast. I forgot to distress those two. Yay. Ah, there. Right, I think we're almost done, guys. Almost done. Of course, I cannot finish off any card without adding my glitters. So here we go. I'm just using the extra gloss finish, one of my favorite stuff. And my glitter. And my tray. Oh no, where did my tray go? Let me just use this. Can't find the tray. And when I'm done here, I will look at it from a different angle, and if I feel we need something extra, I'll add it and just post a picture of it. Cover. But I think I might put something there. Let me look at it from a different perspective and we can decide. But yeah, I think we're done. What do you guys think of it? And then of course you can put something in the middle here with your message, or you can put your message at the back. So let me just take the phone out of the holder and give a closer look. So we've got, thank you Shireen, thanks Rachel, we've got the dimension of the flowers. Oh, and I might add some micro beads there as well. Thank you Renee, I thought you weren't there. Hi Yvonne. And then we've got those. And Shafiq, what do you think? You were panicking. Shafiq was panicking big time. What are you going to do? I said, I don't know. I'm not a good planner, guys. This is the worst part about me. I'm really the worst planner on this earth. Okay, let me get my chair. Sorry, I'm making you dizzy there. So, there's your card with the flowers. And that's it from the side. I think it came out so cool. I love it. So there we go. That's the card.